I think I'm the victim here. We're not going to have a constructive conversation with him.
Yeah, you're just running away.
We'll be able to shut
They
up.
won 20% of the vote.
I can already tell you're not a serious. You're going to do nothing but hinder the conversation. So please shut up or remove yourself.
You can keep running, but that's fair argument.
Are you coming into this conversation as someone who is a Democrat, socialist, or sympathetic with any form of Marxist ideology? Be honest.
I think that everybody is. I think I'm the victim here. I think
No, I'm
everybody.
just asking a question.
No, I think everybody is arguing against me, and they hate me because what I say is true.
Dude, answer the question, man.
I'm not going.
You're the one calling everybody stupid, bro.
I'm talking about.
Baby,
I come
bro,
up
just
here.
like
You
that
come up here.
Kamala.
Everybody wants to talk
Be
about
quiet.
Russia. Okay, I'm just trying. You know what? I tell you guys like it is, and you like that.
Then tell me the truth about that. What's the true answer to that question?
The true answer to that question is that I'm being subjected to political persecution.
I just asked a question. I didn't make any intervention.
This is a witch hunt. This is a straight up witch hunt.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, I'm sorry.
You are oppressed. You were oppressed by capitalism, huh?
No, this is a democratic witch hunt, and you guys are witch.
We did nothing wrong to you. You're
Dude,
just crying.
Hunting you here.
Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. Cowboy. Even though you didn't vote, I'm just wondering. Do you support a presidential candidate? If so, which one?
With the choices that I had, I would have voted. I would have voted for Donald Trump.
Like, fuck this crybaby bitch. This fucking stupid bitch.
It's no shame.
Hi,
well,
hey.
Can I
ask?
It's pure principle, man.
Mog them. Mog the leftists.
Obviously, you didn't vote, but let's say you checked.
BB, you say that Renee Good was a very dark situation, and I would make the argument that under Destiny's definition of insurrection, she was an insurrectionist, and she should have been put down for her good.
I completely disagree, and I want to know what your basis is for saying that.
Yeah, my basis is her hitting the ICE officer and the 66 other attempts not attempts, actual hits on ICE officers. Those are all insurrections.
Military officers or even just local police officers are never trained to use lethal force in return for something like that. The definition of an insurrection is a violent uprising against an authority or government. I don't think that was violent. I mean, first of all, her wheels were turned.
Yeah, that's a very common definition. There's a legal one.
The officer recorded the whole thing, and she said, "No, you're good. I'm not mad at you." Before he went to the other side of the car, and also seconds before the guy got out of the truck, when they pulled up at the end of the video, nearly, she was waving them on as if she was letting them pass, not obstructing traffic, no reason to cause any disturbance. But yet again, they got out, tried to pry her door open, and then reached in there. So she obviously drove away. She backed up, and then she turned her wheel to the right, away from the officer, tapped him slightly, and because of that, he launched 3 shots into her head. Not to mention, the 2 of the 3 shots were hit from the side of the car, not from the front.
I'm sorry.
And
please
even
use
the recording.
Please use the term. Please.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you look at the video, the officer was not directly in front of the car. If he was in any way in front of the car, it was the very left corner edge, if you're looking from her perspective.
All right, I have a rebuttal for this. So even if I would be willing to concede that even if that one incident wasn't good, like she got overused on force, that's not an excuse for the 66 other times. And I would make another argument that it wasn't an overuse of force. According to DHS.gov, they reported 66.
No, I'm just asking.
Oh, hits on vehicle, like hits with vehicles on ice.
Oh.
Can I ask,
yeah.
There's a show
But I have an argument for why that is actually lawfully good.
Wait, hold on. He got a question. Go ahead, come on.
I just want to ask everybody here, regardless of whatever side you're on, can we agree here Can we agree here that either side you are on, it is a mistake to approach a civic dialogue about this situation from the point of to progress that dialogue from the point of this outcome and your emotional state in the at the outcome. What you have to do
I try
is
my hardest not to charge emotions on that. You have to be as nuanced as possible, and I like
Yeah.
listening to
I'm
other
saying
people. That's important.
I'm saying I'm a human. I have emotions too. Okay, and I
100%. It
I
can
have
definitely cloud people's judgment for sure, and I totally
but
agree
he,
with that.
but here's what you have to do on either side. You have to rewind and assess the facts before you can't progress productive civic dialogue from an outcome. You have to approach this. We know the outcome. That's the equals.
True.
That's the equal sign in math.
We
You have
get
to
it.
figure out what the formula to understand the facts.
Yeah, we
Okay?
understand that. And I'd also like to mention that after the woman was unalived by the officer, he called her a fucking bitch.
And that's progressive.
Okay.
That the outcome was her death.
Yeah.
It was more so directed towards
the unfortunate homicide. Okay, it was a homicide. A person killed a person.
Well,
However,
and I have a CNN article that says he tried to move out of the way, not only did he wait to shoot her, he got hit before he shot her.
Please use the term unalive when y'all are talking.
Unalived, sorry.
Y'all, if y'all get me restricted, I'm going to be very upset.
but let me just start it out. Let's look at what happened.
So I think he was legally justified.
I'm gonna pull up a video real quick.
Just to be clear,
Yeah, CNN has another video that they exclusively got.
I'm going off of the phone footage recorded by the officer.
Yeah, and I'm going off the CNN article video.
I don't want to go off the article though. If I can see
Why?
with my own eyes, I'd much rather look at that.
It is your own eyes. They have a video that they specifically got and nobody else got, exclusive to CNN, that shows the officer moved out of the way and got hit.
Wait, hold on.
The best view we have is
No, the best view we have is this video that CNN exclusively got.
So yeah, thank you.
Let's stop punching it. From a.
We're not gonna get anywhere with this. I'm gonna be totally honest.
Why? CNN has a brand new video that says that he got hit before and didn't shoot before he got hit. Like, why aren't you taking that evidence into account? That is what happened on the video. We can look at the CNN video.
We can agree about something.
Yeah, so CNN has this new video, and you're saying we have to only rely on this one video that we got at the beginning of the scene.
I think it's the best video, though.
Yeah, but you haven't seen this other video, obviously, because you said the article is just an article.
Do you want to show it to me? Because I might have. I don't.
Yeah, I would love to.
10 different perspectives.
It's CNN, and it's Minneapolis shooting ICE video analyst, and that's the article. And it has a special video that they specifically got, an exclusive, and it shows the ICE officer getting hit before he shot. So he got hit, then he shoots, and he tried to move out of the way. That's what the article says.
Please code your words like that.
I'm super sorry.
I'm gonna have to drop you.
I mean, also, like, a CNN article doesn't necessarily make it true. I understand that, like, it comes from your political opposition. I don't know if you're Republican, but
yeah,
at least it's not your main source.
I totally agree that,
pulling from an opposition side is definitely a great piece of evidence. But then again, I'm not just going to subscribe to what CNN says. I'm not going to subscribe to what Fox says. And from my individual recollection, gathering of multiple angles, yeah, I've seen this angle before. I'm not disacknowledging or not saying that there wasn't any contact between the car and the officer. But once again, I think we can both agree that the use of force
and furthermore, he tried to move out of the way before he used force.
His body cam, it's not body cam, but the phone recording shows him backing up slightly before it happens.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily an attempt of aggression from Renee Good. I think it was just pure adrenaline moment. When you're in such a stressful situation for both people, the escalation becomes much more risky. But for her in that car, when she's trying to get out quickly, she's probably lagging on the wheel. She's not turning it quick enough, and then something like that happens.
And I would just say, if somebody was sitting here harping on a video of a mass pew-pew, and they were saying, well, this video proves that they're all child actors. And you have another video that disproves that, where even Fox says that that didn't happen. And they completely say, that's not true. That's not true. I'm not believing it because I have this other video. You would call them a
People have to
conspiracy
have more
theorists.
nuance.
And a lot
And
of
honestly,
leftists will do that about this
My
video.
biggest concern with this whole situation isn't the actual occurrence itself, but the fact that the administration come out after this happened, Kristi Noem, JD Vance calling her a domestic terrorist, and then alongside of that, Vance, I mean, it's not like written in the law, but with his own word, claiming that ICE agents have legal authority or legal immunity in their actions, which is extremely scary because the day following, two people were pew-pewed in Portland. They survived, luckily. They were telling us that they were like gang members, drug cartel members, whatever. The logic doesn't check up there. First of all, I haven't done full reading on who they were necessarily. What I do know, just off of pure speculation, and this is a weak argument, but nonetheless, I highly doubt any rug traffickers or narco pins or whatever dangerous criminals in this country, even after getting in a situation like that, they wouldn't go to law enforcement knowing the risk that comes with that and because of their high status of criminality. So it's really concerning to me because they're basically telling us, don't believe what you see. And I think it's calmed down a little bit more so. People are recognizing, yeah, this is awful. But still, the way they came out so brashly, Trump made a Truth Social post with the video linked below it. And he claimed in that video that the officer was ran over, nothing in there happened. And that was the rhetoric for about an hour until things changed. So it's constantly changing, not so true rhetoric.
Sir, I would say you have more of an argument for that if it was just her that got shot and just that one ICE officer that got hit. But it's happened 66 other times. And that leads to an insurrection. They're trying to stop ICE with their weapons, with their cars, from doing their duties, which is making illegal immigrants leave the country, deporting them.
I don't
and investigating that.
With people protesting ICE, and I'm not completely.
Well, do you disagree with hitting cars?
Preventing them from operations. I'm sorry, what?
Do you disagree with hitting them with cars? And that might lead to an insurrection.
Vehicular manslaughter is something that we don't want. But the issue, let me connect this real quick because I think there's a little misunderstanding. But the rhetoric used by this administration, calling her a domestic terrorist and all these other things, and calling for immunity for officers and things like that, incentivizes the escalation of violence, specifically in Minnesota. There's also been multiple threats about sending out the military to Minneapolis.
Well, he needs to shut it down with the military, and that would really quell it.
I just want to land my plane, but you're good. But then with that risk of sending the military to Minneapolis, there's also an even greater risk that Tim Walz sends in the Minnesota National Guard. And at that point, what are we in? We're in a cold civil war. Like, I mean, whether as much as people might want to ignore that, like that's a very high possibility with the situation right now.
Well, I don't think that would be a possibility if Trump put it down earlier. If he actually sent in National Guards way earlier than this, whenever the 66 ICE officers were getting hit, I think the National Guard should go down. That would be the military.
I'm talking about the United States Army, specifically the Army Corps.
No, the Army isn't down there. That would be illegal.
I'm not saying they are. I'm saying that he's floated that idea around by sending either special forces once again, or more specifically, the United States Army Corps into these cities.
Well, it'd probably be special forces and National
from the
Guard
government of Minnesota, and then you have the Minnesotan State National Guard against the United States military.
Sir, do you believe that police have special forces? Such as SWAT? SWAT is a special force. So the National Guard would have special forces. That's not him saying he's going to send in the military directly.
I know,
like the Army.
But he has floated out the idea of sending the direct military, the U.S. Army.
I don't think so. I think he's floated the idea of National Guard.
No, I mean,
I'd love to see where he said that, but I think it's National Guard
to multiple different U.S. cities, I believe, including Minneapolis. I could be wrong about that, but we all know about Chicago and L.A. and all that stuff.
And I don't even think the Insurrection Act gives you the right to send an army. I think it's only National Guard.
But another thing is they're like pursuing the Insurrection Act, suspending habeas corpus for other ways to essentially take.
Well,
their
yeah,
lives
because
away.
66 officers got hit, and there's a 6,000% of increase on violence against ICE officers while they're out there. That's an insurrection, sir.
Sorry,
just so you
I
know,
was reading the news, but
just so you know, I can kind of answer why there are violence on ICE officers. Well, first off, for what they're doing, with the deporting immigrants.
Yeah, that's fair.
But also,
But whenever it comes from
um,
U.S. citizens, that's an insurrection.
okay, but also, apparently, I'm not sure. There may be some known cases. I personally never heard of any. But apparently they said people were dressing up as ICE agents who were not actually ICE agents. And they were kidnapping people.
well, I mean, the
Like
brutality
like
that they use when
like I
they're
said,
arresting U.S.
don't put me
citizens.
on that because I
I'd
did
have
not
to see
hear. I
proof
have
of
not
that.
heard. I have not heard
What's
any cases on that.
what I would say something more tangible that you can see in front of your eyes is the violence perpetrated by ICE officers on U.S. citizens. There was one case where a pastor had a pew pew shoved to his face and then asked, "Are
Well,
you
I
scared
know.
now?" There's been ICE officers who are saying, like, "Better not be stupid, or else the same thing that happened to that one woman is going to happen to you."
But
Things
let me
like
ask
that.
you. Let me
Yeah,
ask
sir,
you. Do
but
you
that's
feel?
not very widespread.
Wait. Hold on.
Like,
Wait.
it really.